And in this game, players are going to be competing as paleontologists as they work to dig up various bones at different dig sites and then put those bones together to put them out on display and publish papers on them in order to gain victory points. But that's not the only path to victory, because players can also bribe, steal, or destroy their opponent's work in order to put their reputation in question. This is a game that plays over just 4 rounds, and players are going to be using action cards in order to perform various actions throughout the game. There's 2 main types of action cards. There is your dig team action cards, and then there are the paleontologist action cards. Each of these action cards can have a different set of actions that they allow you to do, but they're all going to be limited to their specific type of card, with the dig team action cards allowing you to do different things like move around to the different locations, dig up the bones at those locations to gain those specific bone tiles, or to gain new species cards, which is what you're going to be using those bone tiles to try and complete, because each of those cards will have some set of bone tiles that are required in order to complete them, and if you're able to acquire those and spend those with that card, then you will gain the associated bonuses. There are some other actions available with these team cards as well, but they all have to do with gathering those bones and then using them to fulfill those species cards. The paleontologist cards work a little bit differently, because these are what are going to allow you to cash in on all the work of your dig team, because any of those species cards that you're able to complete, you'll be able to publish papers on them, which will allow you to move those cards to the top of your board, creating multiple stacks at the top of your board and gaining a bonus based on how big that stack gets. But another important detail about this game is that there's going to be 2 lead paleontologists that are not controlled by any player, but players are going to be forming alliances to one or the other. Every time you publish a paper, you're going to be assigning a certain amount of points to one of those paleontologists, and this is going to be how you're going to be earning them more reputation throughout the game, hopefully with you being allied with the one that has the higher reputation, because that's going to earn you more victory points and bonuses throughout the game. But there are actions that do allow you to change your alliance, or to debunk some of the papers assigned to one of those paleontologists, or to move one of those papers from one to the other. But players can only change their allegiance up to twice per game, so timing is going to be really important here. But there are some other actions you can perform that involve a little less betrayal, and that's to claim awards once you gain enough knowledge in a specific category of dinosaurs. Or you can also sell any of your species cards that maybe aren't as useful to you in order to gain bonuses from the black market. But before you go ahead and sell all your unused species cards, it is important to know that they can be used as an action card as well, because you do have your dig team action cards and your paleontologist action cards with their own associated actions, but then the species cards can actually have actions from either of those 2 categories. The catch here is that if you do decide to use a species card for an action, it's going to get discarded, and you can't use it in combination with your bones, and you can't sell it at the black market. But the game continues like this, and the player with the most victory points at the end of 4 rounds wins the game, and if you are interested in this one, you can check it out. I have the links in the description below.